everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today I have 4 spring decor projects, all with supplies that are from the Dollar Tree. The first project that we're going to be doing is this awesome flower pot. I purchased all the supplies from the Dollar Tree except for the spray paint. That was the one thing I got at Walmart. Supplies that you'll need to start off is a glue gun, a styrofoam, this little galvanized tin that already had the rope on it. It's already so adorable, but we're just going to add a little bit to it. And then I got 3 bundles of flowers, and I used every single one of them. So if you want it more full, you might want to get an extra bundle. And then I got this cute wall art stencil that they had. And then the rustoleum paint that I'm using is called Seaside. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some painter's tape, and I'm just going to cover up this nice rope that's already on this pot, and it's on there pretty good. I think this is pretty well made, so there's so many things you could do with this. So I'm just going to be putting the rope around, and I'm making sure that I kind of tuck it up under the rope at the bottom. That way when I'm spray painting, it doesn't get on my rope. Next, I'm going to take it outside and spray paint it. I used 2 coats of spray paint for this, and I just let them dry nicely in between each coat. Once it's fully dry, you can take off all that painter's tape so that we can start our project. Now, if you don't want to spray paint, you could totally use any kind of other paint on it. I think any paint would work. It's just spray paint was easiest for me. So next I'm going to come in with these wall stickers and put them on. I didn't really know exactly how this was going to work out, but I figured I would just try it. The first one didn't go so great, and I'm going to put that one towards the back, but it worked okay. So what I did was I just cut it straight across to put the sticker on, which actually ended up being not a good idea, because on the edges they were not long enough to go to the bottom of my flower pot. And you also have to be really careful with these, especially this one, because it will rip, and I did have an area or 2 that was ripping off. So this is a very delicate sticker. So as you can see, whenever I put it on, the edges didn't go down as far as I wanted them to. So my solution for that on the next one that I was going to do was just to cut it so that it goes in an arch, so that the pieces are a little bit longer. So here I'm cutting it in an arch, and that worked out so much better. So if you got a similar stencil and you're going to be putting it on something that's rounded like this pot, make sure you kind of cut in an arch formation. Now, they ended up actually being too long, but that was okay. I was able to come in with my scissors and just snip them off to be about the right height. So this will be the front of my pot, and no one will ever see the back, so I felt like it was okay and I didn't need to change it.
So
So I debated about leaving it just like this, but I decided to add a few of these little circles to my pot in just various areas. Now you could Mod Podge, but I just kept it with the stickers. So next I'm putting in the styrofoam about level with the top of my base. From there, I'm gonna cut off my flowers from the bundle, and I'm just cutting them with scissors, pulling them back and forth, and most of these will just snap right off. I'm not leaving any leaves on, I just want the flower pieces. From there, I'm going to start a row around the edge of my flower pot. So I want them to be where they're far enough down to where they meet up with the edge of the flower pot and they make a nice round base for our arrangement. Make sure that when you're putting these in that there's no gaps in between the flowers. You don't want to see any gaps. And I got 3 bundles of 5 and I used every single flower. So if you're wanting it to be more full than what I had, you might want to get 4 bundles. So once I get them all around the perimeter, from there I'm going to start filling in up top. But I want these to sit up just a little bit higher than the others so it makes that really pretty semicircle arrangement. And then I'm just gonna fluff it out. I love how this turned out. It only cost me $6 for all the supplies plus the... Next, I'm gonna make this jewelry organizer. I got these really cute candle holders and a small white bowl, a big wide bowl, and then a white plate to make this. And then I'm also using E6000. Now this is super simple to put together. You don't have to do any painting because you have these really cute candle holders. These candle holders came in different colors. I think that there was a pink and a purple, and I want to say a green, but I'm not sure, but I chose the blue. So I'm just going to put them down on the plate with the E6000, and then I'm going to generously put more E6000 on the top. And from there, I'm going to put my big wide bowl next. And then I'm going to put in another candle stand. And these bowls actually fit really nicely on these little candle holders. So it should stay. And anytime you're using E6000, let it sit overnight. I just kind of set it off to the side and I didn't mess with it. So if you can put it out of the way, that'll help everything kind of bond together really well. And that's all you really have to do once it sits overnight. I love how this project turned out. It only cost me $5 for everything that I used in this project. And I just think it's an awesome jewelry organizer for the bathroom. The next project that we're going to do are these really cute wall art, and the supplies that I needed for this were 4 11 by 14 frames, 2 of these wall decals that I found that I thought would be good for a girl's bathroom, some E6000, and then that same Seaside rustoleum paint. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my frames and I'm going to pop out all of the glass, and then I'm just going to pull out the backing because I'm going to be gluing my glass in place. So I only have to do that on 2 of the frames because I'm using the glass from the other 2 frames for this project, but I only need to pull out 2 of the frames to be spray painted. So next I'm going to take it outside and spray paint it, just really trying to get on the edges. I did probably 2 coats on this because I flipped them and did them on the back as well. So just make sure that you get it coated evenly so that you don't have those weird sides that don't have any paint on them. So next, once everything's dry, I'm gonna do a thin bead of E6000 on the corner of my frame. And I'm doing this so that I can put the glass in place and it can hold. This is another project that you need to let sit overnight, because otherwise do not try putting it up on your wall until it's completely dry. So I'm going to take one of the pieces of glass and just stick it in there, and I'm just going to press it firmly down so it holds in place. So you don't want to use too much E6000 because you don't want it squirting out the side, but you need enough so that it'll hold in place. So now take a piece of glass from one of the frames that we didn't paint, and you're going to wipe it down, and then you're going to take your stencil and put it in the middle here. When you're putting your stencil down, I try to not push it down all the way at first, because that way if I mess it up and if I need to move it, it's not totally stuck down. So once I have it where I like it, I'm just going to press it down firmly, go back to your frame that you just glued together, put another bead of glue around the edges, and then you're going to put this piece of glass on the back of the other piece of glass. So you'll have two pieces of glass smushed together. Now to hang this, I'm just going to use some of those command strips, and it'll hang up really nice and easily. So for my second frame, I did it exactly the same, except for putting on my words was a little bit different because they were in 3 pieces. So I'm just showing you how I put these words together. How cute are these frames? They only cost me $6 to do both of them, plus the cost of the spray paint. My last project is this super cute soap dispenser, and I just love the way this turned out. I couldn't believe I found this for $1 at Dollar Tree. So to just update this a little bit, I'm going to section it off and spray paint it. So to do that, I have to put the painter's tape on, and I'm trying to make a really clean line here so that when I take it off, it looks nice and put together. And then I'm just going to take my painter's tape and cover up the top section here so that it's completely white whenever I'm done. These were so fun to find. I have some similar that I pay $7 for at IKEA. So to find these for $1, I was super excited. So next I'm just going to spray paint it. I did 2 coats on it, and just to get it all covered and nice and even. And this is super simple. All I have to do now is take off the painter's tape. I decided not to add anything additional to this because I was just thinking cleaning wise, I would rather just wipe it off, and I didn't want to mess with any stickers or anything like that. So from there, I just added some soap that I already had from Walmart, but you can get this at Dollar Tree as well. And then you're just going to put in the cap, and that is it. I hope you guys really liked these 4 spring projects from the Dollar Tree. I think they turned out so cute, and they definitely updated my bathroom. So if you like these projects, please make sure to give it a thumbs up so we can do more like it, and make sure that you subscribe to our channel.